Hi, I would like to welcome you to a series of videos I developed as a part of my hospitality intelligence and analytic course. I was not able to find a well-written book covering what I wanted to cover in this class, so I decided to write my own. And I was working on this for several years already. So these presentations and cases based on that book. I am assuming you are already in the hospitality or tourism industry and familiar with the topics. I also assume you have a basic understanding of statistics and associated terms and have a basic knowledge of like programs like something like an Excel. So we are a very dynamic industry and managers make many decisions every day. Historically, our industry heavily relied on manual processing of data and intuition-driven decision making. So, following the syllabus, this course is going to introduce students to the fundamentals of hospitality analytics and techniques to support decision making. Basically, as a future managers, you're gonna make many decisions, and I want you to understand some of the data and how to use them to support those decisions. So I am hoping that after this class, you will be able to identify, gather, and analyze various data types with analytical tools and transfer them into meaningful information to make better hospitality business decisions. This is not a very advanced course. Like we are not going to teach you to learn like programming and some of the high advanced level statistics. But my approach was to teach you that something you can use into day-to-day operations. Before we talk about what business analytics is, let's first discuss why we should care about it. Think about it. Every day, managers in our industry face numerous challenges. For instance, there is the inability to predict demand patterns. Like this leads to missed opportunities. And there is overstaffing or understaffing, which impacts both cost and service quality. We see inefficient inventory management, where resources are either wasted or underutilized. On top of that, poor pricing strategies can result in revenue loss during peak seasons or low demand periods. Perhaps the most concerning issue is dissatisfied customers. Failing to anticipate guest preferences or resolve recurring complaints damages reputation and loyalty. So where does business analytics come in? It helps us address these challenges by providing actionable insights. So if you can use it well, it can forecast demand patterns so we are better prepared for busy and slow periods. It can optimize scheduling, ensuring the right number of staff at the right time. And it supports better pricing strategies, enabling us to adjust like room rates or service cost based on real-time demand. And it helps understand why our guests are unhappy, like pinpointing exactly where issues are, and we can fix them quickly. But why now? Why we are focusing on this? Because the industry is changing, guest and employee expectations are higher than ever. There is a growing competition across hospitality and tourism, pushing businesses to operate smarter and faster. At the same time, with all the technological advances, we have access to more data than ever before. I mean, from guest reviews and booking trends to operational metrics, we save everything, we record everything in computers and the phones and all kind of different IoTs, Internet of Things. So what's even more exciting is the advancement of tools. Online platforms and AI-supported technologies have democratized business analytics, Like in the past, like it used to be in the large corporation with big budgets. But analytics has become easier to implement and more affordable, meaning even small companies can use data to improve their day-to-day operations, in order to make better decisions. So business analytics is no longer optional, but it is essential for staying competitive, efficient, and guest-focused in our industry. The simple definition of business analytics is systematic process that involves collecting, processing, and analyzing data to make informed decisions. So business analytics is not just about crunching numbers. It's about uncovering patterns, understanding trends, and using that knowledge to forecast outcomes and improve overall business performance. In essence, it's about turning data into insights and insights into actions. First step is the collecting the data, right? We have to have a data. That is followed by processing the data, meaning turning the data in a way we can use for next step. And next step is, of course, analyzing the data. Restaurants, for instance, just to give you some idea, by analyzing historical sales data, they can forecast demand patterns to reduce food waste and optimize inventory. Additionally, analytics can identify peak dining hours or menu selection to improve staff scheduling or ensuring a better service during busy time. Similarly, guest feedback and purchase data can be also analyzed to personalize menus, improve offerings, and create targeted promotion that boost revenue and also loyalty. At its core, business analytics, like I said, is about the journey from raw data to actionable insight. Right? Data alone isn't enough. It is just numbers or figures without meaning. To make it valuable, data must be processed, analyzed, and contextualized. This transformation generates meaningful information that businesses can use effectively. I mean, we already talked a little bit about it earlier, but let's break it down. We start with raw data, simple facts and figures collected from various sources like guest feedback, booking trends, or operational metrics. Next, we transform that raw data into information, organizing and summarizing the data so it becomes understandable. From there, we derive insights, the critical piece. Insights are patterns, trends, or predictions we uncover through analysis. For instance, we might identify that a restaurant's slowest times are on Monday afternoons, or that hotels' guest satisfaction dips when the check-in process exceeds 5 minutes. Right? This could be some insight could be gathered from the data. So these kind of insights are the foundation for making better decisions. For these insights, businesses can make informed decisions, whether it's adjusting staffing schedules, updating prices, or considering like a guest experiences. Finally, those decisions translate into business actions. This is the tangible steps that improve outcomes, like reducing wait times, boosting revenue, or enhancing guest satisfaction. It depends on what you find in your analysis. Business analytics has come a long way, transforming the way decisions are made in the hospitality industry. Let's take a quick look at evolution and what that means for us today. In earlier days, in the beginning, decision making relied heavily on manual process and intuition, right? Manager make choices based on their experiences, observations, and what we call the gut feelings. So while this approach worked to an extent, and still works, but it often lacked accuracy and scalability. With the time, the hospitality industry introduced things like property management system, or PMS, which marked a major milestone because PMS helped automate tasks like reservation, guest check-ins, and billing, so bringing a much-needed structure to operations. With the rise of the internet, we saw a revolution in how data was captured and utilized. Like online booking platforms emerged, allowing guests to make reservations remotely and creating vast amounts of data for businesses to analyze. Additionally, tools for business intelligence started to integrate with these platforms, like Power BI and tools like that, enabling hotels and restaurants to identify trends, track performance, and make better decisions based on data, not just instincts. So fast forward to today, considering we are in the age of AI and big data, right? So with the power of machine learning and predictive modeling, businesses can now analyze massive data sets to uncover patterns and predict outcomes. For example, hotels can forecast demand for rooms during a peak season or identify which amenities drive guest satisfaction. What makes this era is so transformative is the ability to enable real-time decision makings. So businesses no longer need to wait weeks to analyze data or send it to some data scientists and wait, but you also can act immediately, adjust price, schedules, or guest services as the new data comes in. So let's talk about understanding the management decision process in order to understand the role of analytics in making better decision making better decisions. The decision-making process involves several steps. First, manager must identify the problem they are trying to solve. Once the problem is clear, the next step is to gather data and analyze potential alternatives. Based on the analysis, managers make a decision and then evaluate the outcomes to assess its success. Here is where business analytics plays a critical role. Analytics provides data-driven insights that reduce uncertainty, helping managers make decisions with more confidence and accuracy. Instead of relying purely on intuition, managers can leverage data at each stage, from identifying issues like operational inefficiencies to evaluating whether the new pricing strategy has improved revenue or you did some promotion. Does it really work? So by using analytics, businesses move from guesswork to evidence-based strategies. But we're going to talk a little bit more about it in the analysis probably, but let's not forget the term I'm going to use probably several times, garbage in, garbage out. You have a data and you have some analytics tools, doesn't mean everything you provide is correct. You have to follow certain rules, certain protocols in order to do what you are doing is good and correct, and also data get in the system is the way it's supposed to be, etc. But like I said, we are going to talk more into in some of the examples. Now, we already talked about some of the challenges business analytics can solve, but now I want to emphasize its benefits and impact, particularly in hospitality and tourism industry. Business analytics has already transformed industries like retail, airlines, healthcare, and food delivery. These industries face challenges that are surprisingly similar to what we see in hospitality and tourism. Let's look at some of the real-world examples. Like, first example from retail, like Amazon, right? The problem was understanding what customers want and delivering relevant recommendations. Like when you go to Amazon, you see this, right? You bought this, why don't you why if you want to buy this, or you put this into your cart, what about that kind of approach, right? So the Amazon uses analytics to track the customer behavior, preferences, and purchasing habits to create highly personalized recommendation. So we can use this similarly, like for example, hotels can use guest profiles and booking behavior to suggest tailored room upgrades, amenities, or even personalized offers. Next one is like food delivery. Like the example here is the Uber Eats. The problem was predicting demand during meal rushes, rush hours basically, in when the people order a lot of foods basically to ensure timely delivery and resource optimization. So Uber Eats uses predictive analytics to forecast demand and allocate delivery drivers efficiently during peak hours. Similarly, in our industry, restaurant hotels can use a similar approach to optimize food inventory, staff shifts, and reduce food waste during busy and slow periods. Another example on the healthcare, in Cleveland Clinic, they have an issue of the staff shortages and inefficient resource allocation during peak patient hours. Actually, we are also trying to work right now this in some hospitals in Orlando. But anyway, the solution was the predictive models identify trends in patient flow and allow hospitals to schedule staff more efficiently, improving service delivery. Right? We have the same things. Hotels can use, or restaurant use, this analytics to predict occupancy level, guest flows, ensuring the right number of staff for housekeeping, receptions, overall scheduling, dining service, etc. So the point is, just looking at these proven strategies from other industries, the hospitality and tourism sector can address its unique challenges. This could be forecasting demand, personalizing guest experiences, or optimizing operations. I just want to give some success stories from the different companies to show that business analytics is not just a tool, but competitive advantage that can drive growth and improve guest satisfaction in our industry. Before we talk about different business analytics types, we need to understand how to approach the business analytics. We will talk about this in more detail later, but let us use this as a starting point. Starting with business analytics requires careful preparation to ensure success. I mean, unfortunately, there is not like a very easy approach, right? You put the data, it's give you a recommendation. You should understand what you are doing, and you should do it correctly to get the correct answer. Like similar to I was talking about, like garbage in, garbage out. If you put the bad data in your tools, the result's going to be bad. So let's go over some of the key steps. First, you have to define your business goals. Analytics should solve specific problems or help achieve measurable objectives. For example, just to give you an idea, hotel might aim to increase guest satisfaction score by 10% or reduce operational cost by 20% by optimizing inventory. That's your goal. The second, you have to invest in the right tools. You need to be able to select software or platforms that fit your business size, budget, and goals. I mean, it could be as simple as using the Excel, but it could be some more advanced tool as well. Tools like Power BI or Tableau or hospitality-focused platforms can help you start small and scale as your needs grow. Especially considering these topics, I am focusing on more of the middle level managers or small businesses. You can start with the Excel, like much of our example is going to be. Even the Power BI is a free tool, as far as I know, from Microsoft, if they didn't change it. Third, you need to develop or hire analytical skills. Like analytical tools are only as good as the people using them. You can train existing staff, that's the point of this class, or hire skilled data professionals to bring expertise to your team. Finally, foster a data-driven culture. This is about the shifting mindset. Encourage your group of people, your team, to rely on insight instead of intuition. Share data findings regularly and recognize achievements that results from analytics-driven decision to build trust in the process. We have a lot of we are not still trusting we have a lot of trust in data-driven decisions, but over time we're going to build hopefully that kind of culture. Before I start the different types of analytics, also I wanted to touch base a little bit on the challenges. While business analytics offers transformative potential, it also comes with significant challenges that businesses must address in order to succeed. First, and most of the important one, is the data privacy and compliance. These are critical, like regulation like GDPR in Europe require business to handle customer data with care. For instance, hotels that store guest preferences for personalized services must ensure that sensitive data is encrypted, get permission for that, and not misused. Second, and major problem in our industry is there is a skill gap and resource limitation, especially for small and medium-sized enterprises. These businesses often lack the trained personnel or financial resources needed to implement and sustain analytics effectively. For example, small restaurant may not have the budget to hire a dedicated data analyst or invest in advanced tools. But like I said, hopefully after this class, you have some basic ideas in what's the business analytics, and you can start to implement or use some of these tools in your businesses. Finally, data quality issues pose a major challenge. If the data being analyzed is incomplete, outdated, or inconsistent, the resulting insights will be flawed. I mean, imagine a hotel using incorrect room occupancy data. It could lead to poorly informed pricing strategies or staffing decisions. When I started the PhD a long time ago, one of my professors told me, he was a very famous, worldwide famous professor in finance. He told me that he considered the whole research, like, we published a bunch of research, right? Half of the time, he was working in the take care of the data quality issues, basically correcting the data, the transferring in a way that can be used. So this is a very important. So you have to know, you have to familiarize with yourself with the data you are using. Is everything correct? Everything the way it's supposed to be? Overall, addressing these challenges requires careful planning, investment in training, and tools that are both cost-effective and compliant with data privacy regulations. So be careful with the regulations and learn to certain skills and learn to your data, and hopefully you're gonna benefit from that. I'm just gonna go quickly on this because this is an introductory part. Business analytics can categorize in 4 key types. Okay, so descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. So I'm just gonna touch base a little bit in these. Let's look at the descriptive and diagnostic analytics with some concrete example. Descriptive analytics answer the question what happened by summarizing past data. For instance, a hotel manager might track room occupancy rates over the last quarter and identified that October had the lowest bookings. Or in a restaurant, descriptive analytics could show which menu items sold the most over the past week, right? So you look at the data in the past and you say answer the question what happened. But what happens when you need to know why? That's where the diagnostic analysis steps in. It dives deeper into uncover the reason behind those trends. For example, the earlier hotel manager might find that occupancy dropped in October because competitors ran aggressive discounts campaign. Or similarly, a restaurant might analyze why weekend sales declined and discover that it was due to slow service caused by staffing shortage, the issues with the scheduling. Just to give you an idea. The key distinction is this. Descriptive analytics tells what happened. It's a snapshot of the past. Diagnostic analysis explains why it happened, helping us uncover the root causes behind these trends and issues. Now let's talk a little bit about the predictive and prescriptive analytics, which focus on the future and how to act on it. Predictive analytics answer the questions what could happen. It uses historical data, patterns, and trends to forecast future outcomes. For example, a hotel might predict room demand during upcoming holidays, allowing them to adjust inventory and pricing accordingly. Similarly, a restaurant could use predictive analytics to forecast peak dining hours, ensuring the right number of staff is scheduled to handle the rush. Moving one step further, we are not going to go extreme in this course due to some limitations, but prescriptive analytics answer what should we do. It provides actionable recommendation to achieve the best possible outcomes. For instance, hotel might use prescriptive analytics to implement dynamic pricing strategies, adjusting room rates in real time to maximize occupancy and revenue. Similarly, in a restaurant, prescriptive analytics could suggest specific inventory orders based on the predicted demand, helping to reduce food waste and control cost. Once again, the key difference is that predictive analytics focuses on the forecasting what might happen. Predictive analytics uses those forecasts to decide what actions to take. So together, all of them together, they help the businesses. You're gonna see it, but you're gonna use all of those types of analytics in your analysis. I just want to also touch base on a little bit about the landscape of business analytics tools. There are many options. So selecting tools that align with your business's needs and utilizing them effectively is important. Like I said, most likely you are going to use three major things. Like major one is the Excel. And there is also BI tools like Power BI and maybe a little bit in the Python programming that I'm going to give some examples hopefully. For businesses handling large data sets, big data platforms like Hadoop and Spark offer robust processing capabilities. Like I said, for visualization and on-the-spot intelligence, Power BI and Tableau is user-friendly. And it's also turn complex data in like very good looking dashboards. Advanced statistics tools such as R, Python, and SPSS helps the predictive modeling and more detailed analysis. R and Python is free, so just to let you know, if you're interested in R is on more of a statistical side. If you are really interested in Python, could be a better choice for the analytical tools. When selecting tools, consider three critical criteria. Scalability ensures that tool can accommodate your business's growth. Integration is crucial for seamless compatibility with existing system. I mean, you have a system, you got the Python, you learned how to do programming, but if you cannot transfer, let's say, data from property management system or customer relationship management platforms, that could be a problem. I mean, there are many tools also that transform one data type to another type, but that's the things basically you need to consider integration. And finally, of course, you need to consider the cost. Like I said, majority of the things in this course is going to be like free approach, but over time, you might need more advanced tool or even the like saving the data, you need a space, all kind of different things might require. And also, more importantly, you're gonna spend your time, right? So you need to weigh the cost against the expected return on investment. Does it really worth of doing this? Of course, we are arguing we are doing this course because we think that it's worth it. But in the end, that's your decision. Of course, in order to utilize these strategies, you need to first train the employees to maximize the potential of these tools and fostering collaboration among teams, because there are different groups in your properties. They need to be able to understand each other. They should be able to share information. Beyond the collaboration, as a future managers, you need to monitor them well and continuously evaluate these tools, that be sure those tools are working the way it's supposed to work. And also you need to test, non-stop testing, because there could be new methods, there could be some issues in the old methods, and you need to test them to basically it evolves depending on your business needs. What's the future brings? You all heard ChatGPT by now, I am sure. So AI overall and machine learning are leading the charge by enhancing forecasting, improving decision making, and personalizing guest experiences. They are also automating critical processes like predictive maintenance and revenue optimization. Sustainability analytics is helping businesses to measure and reduce their environmental impact, from cutting energy consumption to minimizing food waste. These efforts align with growing expectation for resource-efficient and eco-friendly operations. Augmented analytics powered by AI is delivering real-time insights. I don't know if you are using ChatGPT kind of tools, but if you go down there, you will see hundreds of, if not thousands, different tools embedded already in specific tools. So this, powered by AI, these things deliver real-time insights, right? Enable managers to respond quickly to trends and make smarter decisions, on-time decisions. And what's more is affordable tools are leveling the playing field. Cloud-based platforms and accessible analytics solutions are, there are many out there now, allowing small and medium-sized enterprises to adopt strategies that were once only could be used by larger corporations, or very high salary data scientists could do something about it. But even right now, hopefully with this course, you're going to have some access to those analytic tools. Finally, guest service automation is transforming the guest experience from robotic concierge. Actually, I was in the conference a little recently that was talking about some of the robotic implementation in many places, automated check-ins, and etc. So these innovations are becoming standard, providing convenience and efficiency for both guests and operators, also bringing more data as well. This is my personal advice, in a sense. As powerful as business analytics is, it is important to remember that data alone isn't enough. So analytics plus human expertise, or hybrid intelligence, if you call it, is the winning combination. While data provides valuable insights, it can't replace the critical thinking and judgment that humans bring to decision making. And also, you need to be able to control those kind of tools to monitor them, to do what they are doing is correct and without any error. So complex and nuanced decisions often require a blend of intuition, experience, and insights from analytics. So business analytics is not a tool that's going to replace something. It's going to support your decision. Collaboration between analysts and managers are vital. If you are an analyst manager, hopefully with this course, then it's much better. Overall, analysts bring technical skills to uncover patterns and trends, while managers provide the context and business understanding to turn those insights into actionable strategies. But like I said, for future managers with the analytics tools, you are going to be much better in this kind of decision making. Ultimately, analytics isn't about replacing humans, it's about empowering them. So by combining data-driven insights with human expertise, businesses can make smarter, faster, and more impactful decisions. So thank you for watching.